Hello viewers, welcome back to Comic Studio, where the last video that we just able to show from for the Cookie Run Comic Studio, and because especially it was quite a take for a very long time. And now for today's video that we're gonna be trying to do this, for today's video, let's try to search expanded edition as well. So as we're gonna be trying to say expanded until that I just completely saying for this wrong spelling, let's just jump here to the expanded comic studio that we're getting on our way, and because the website is gonna be linked in the description down below. And especially this isn't gonna be going for around for here because especially for my main internet connection isn't going to be doing for just going for a universe expanded comic studio. And eventually, last time we did here, we just get a round of this done all the way. And instead of going to review for the Pizza Tower expanded comic studio, and Epic Rooms, Cartoon Network, Mixels, and like anything before random. And we're today it is a 100% complete, except we're not going to be going to do this as well. It was 6% as well, so I'm not going to be doing like anything about those things as well. So here we go. We're going to be doing this just like I remembered back in a few months ago. So we just completely jumped in for around here. So here for some sort of an animated for different kinds of names. And I might gonna be doing for just a little bit of plans. There are always gonna be doing for one less stuff. We got Thomas, Edward, Henry, Gordon, James, Percy, Toby, Emily, Hero, Duck, Donald, Oliver, Bill, Ben, Spencer, Diesel, Harvey, Rose, Wifey, Stanley, Hank, and Charlie, Bash, Dash, Ferdinand, Ryan, Scruff, Belly, Timothy, Marion, Daisy, Boko, and some other unknowns like those things were Bear, Mavis, Philip, Harry and Bert, Diesels, Diesel 10, Salty, Porter, Belly, Winston, Stafford, Hugo, Arthur, Stempany, or is some sort of Stempany. I don't really think this is gonna be going for this thing with Stempin. And the Streamliner trains were Connor and Kiting. And then instead one is Etienne. The narrow gauges trains could be Scarlori, Rehinas, Sir Handel, Peter Sam, Rusty, Duncan, Duke, Victor, Mighty Mac, Freddy, Luke, Millie, what's name is this? Smugder, Eva Hug, or Fred. And the vehicles could be the Fat Controller, could be Sir Topham Hat, Mr. Predivical, Fredders Duncan, Old Bailey, Sailor John, Annie and Clarabelle, Kevin, Verite, Harold, Captain Flynn, Trevor, and Terrence, George, Cranky, Merrick, Air Slide Engines, or Airlesdale Engines. I'm not pretty sure this isn't going to be going to do. Jack and the Soldier, Jack and the Soda Construction Company. Which is I'm just going to be looked up to something like, even Pretty was interested. But let's just take a look from those kind of automobiles, like pretty sure, but I guess. Let's just try to making things a little bit even plans. There are no sprites like anything it goes, except for those for the effects and text images. But I'm not sure this isn't going to be going for a round of those things. We have for a standard gauge, such as like these, because the plan isn't going to be just like it even for just a little bit longer. Instead of flipbook, but I'm just going to be trying to get things a little bit started. But I mean, starting around of this ocean, or better like before. This is where something like the Cookie Castle, like even it means Pilgrim Village, or like things itself, or just like an Amtrak train or something. So am I gonna be trying to do this like anything like Amtrak or something, even though what it is. If there must be some sort of like a big crane was named Owen, and it looks like it's not a crane like it really was like that big. So it looks like we're keeping on trying to do this and find somewhere else that I need to get things a little bit finished. Because I mean the images had just load even slower. Because due to the internet connection was actually pretty even bad before that, my second internet connection was actually started to get a little bit, things are not going to be doing for so well. It gets a little bit very boring as well, so it gets too hard to find somewhere. This is where we already posted for so many things for one reason, for just like in one moment of these things. So I might gonna be back in a minute as well. There must be Steamworks and Diesel Works for a round of those things. So we might absolutely gonna be trying to add with some garages, and therefore from their selves to do this as anyways. So we're gonna be spawning for a narrow gauge. So in the next page, this isn't what I just gonna be likely things like in a query. So this is where I'm just probably to find out for something like things. And because of one thing I'm gonna be using for crossovers. So stay tuned of this video until where am I gonna be added for some more sprites. After a few more minutes about for this one strategy, we're about to put the Union Pacific big boy from over here where it was. And I might going to turn a little bit from therefore, and this is gonna be it to the end of this video. So I guess that could be probably it from that must be it for such an engineer. And we got for multiple of those like these cells, and I finally got anything, but unfortunately I won't be able to be saving for just one. So we have for one official draft, and we just absolutely making things a little bit very possible from the studio crossover, because anything seems to be okay, but I'm might sure this is not going to be for a final finished project like this thing as well. So we're going to be end up with this video, because eventually that we almost forgot, we just eventually put around for the Loud House characters on the Wish Camp. And then for ourselves, we added for the Mercedes 300 SL and the Capybara TVR Speed 12, or some sort of like a Speed 8 as well. So we have a healthy helmet. So eventually we're not going to be doing for just a little bit of course. And I cannot believe this isn't going to be going for making for just added for studio crossover. So not like anything it goes. So but I'm not just guess around here. So we're going to be putting around for the one last thing. It was going to be going for Applejack over here. So I'm pretty sure this is going to be going for right over here. So she's just going to be going for right over here, near the plants. And I just even never got it around evilly for each thing as well. So we're going to be end of for this video. So I'm probably very sure that is going to be trying to do this as well. So don't forget the link is going to be in the description below for a round of this video, including the website as well. Thank you for watching, and this is going to be Turbo Concept is signing off. And I'll talk to you mini lads, or such as mini lads and rail fanners, all later. Until next time around for here, for just skipping around for the weather events like somewhere.